Why, hello there, I'm Professor Joel, and welcome to my review of the Jetsons Blu-ray. This is Season 1, the complete original series. There's 24 episodes on here, and before I get started, I just wanted to say I've never seen the Jetsons before, ever. I've seen the intro. I knew the theme song. I knew the theme song perfectly. I could, rattle off the characters' names, and I do remember catching clips of episodes, but when I was a kid, we're going back to the 70s and 80s here, we had one TV in the house. It was a giant block of wood with a screen and some speakers built in, and had fake drawers that never opened. And you had a TV antenna that you had to spin, and you had to point in the right direction to get any channel to show up on your TV. And the Jetsons just was never aired in my city when I was able to watch TV. And that was generally before noon on Saturdays. I had TV time to myself, and then after school, I had some time to watch TV, and maybe at night we'd watch something with the family if something good was on, and then, yeah, that was it. There was no VCRs back then, nothing. So the Jetsons just never crossed my radar, although as a kid, I always wanted to watch it. And the Jetsons, it came out in 1963. It had one season, came out about 2 years after the Flintstones debuted. Jetsons came on at primetime at night to kind of compete with everything, but it just didn't do too well in the ratings, I guess, and they canceled it, and it went to syndication, where it just aired on repeat for, I think, 20 years until 1983, when they did a part 2 that came out, or a second season that came out Saturday morning, and that just never aired in where I lived either. I could never catch it on TV. And I wasn't even aware of it. I don't even remember a second season. So yeah, this is my first time watching the Jetsons, and it's a lot of fun. This is an awesome series. It's very relevant. A lot of the technology they were kind of fantasizing back then was happening, or is happening now. You have FaceTime, which they kind of do. We have everything pretty much except the flying cars. Like they even have instant breakfast makers, which we kind of have. We have the Keurig coffee pods and automatic coffee machines and breakfast machines that make breakfast burritos and omelets and stuff. And it's kind of wacky how they are frustrated constantly with technology. And I am certainly frustrated with my, phone all the time, and my computers and my TVs. There's always something going haywire, right? And this took place in 2063. Which isn't that far away. It's about 42 years away. And George Jetson is 41, so George Jetson would be probably being born right about now, which is kind of remarkable in a sense, right? And I'll be pretty old when 2063 does roll around. I don't know if I'll be alive. I'll be in my late 80s for sure. But yeah, it's just kind of cool that we've come so far, and this is becoming kind of just coming to terms with this is almost 100 years old, even though it's not. It's still 40 years away. Just crazy, though, that 60 years have passed. And I also want to discuss another reason why I've never seen this, and that was, well, I intended to watch it about 20 years ago, because 20 years ago, these marvelous Hanna-Barbera DVD sets came out. So there's Johnny Quest that came out, season 1. And then the Flintstones season 1 came out as well. And I bought these. They were about $60 back then. They were expensive. And DVD players were expensive back then too. And I had a DVD player built into my computer, which probably cost me $250 at the time. And I could only watch it on one of those old blocky monitors. They didn't have, the greatest picture size. It was probably like 14 inches. And it was suitable for watching cartoons, I guess, but they weren't, it wasn't the best viewing experience. You had to sit in your chair. You couldn't watch it on your couch or anything. And I bought the Scooby-Doo one as well. And I meant to buy the Jetson one. I always meant to. They all came out like around the same time. And I was broke at the time. I was in college at the time. I couldn't really afford to buy the Jetsons, but I was meant to, and I just kind of forgot about it. And before I talk about the Jetsons a little more, can we just marvel about how awesome these Scooby-Doo sets were? Like, they came in a nice slipcase, and this is all cardboard, but you get some nice custom artwork, and the discs have some nice, labeling on them, full color labels, just beautiful artwork, just really well packaged, marvelous stuff. And you just don't seem to get that anymore with Blu-ray, I find. And it's unfortunate. Not that I'm complaining. I guess they're doing it because they figure this stuff is disposable. But for me, it's definitely not disposable. I hold on to all this stuff. And, this is environmentally friendly if it goes into a landfill in some way, because it's mostly cardboard aside from the discs. And I just find they're kind of cheap on the Blu-rays and the artwork, and it's kind of unfortunate. Like, I don't want to complain. I would just like to see a little more, and I understand why they're not doing it. These aren't selling like they used to. But yeah, you only get like George Jetson on the center label here on all 3 discs. And there's no amazing special features on here. You do get some commentaries with Judy Jetson, who's Janet Waldo voiced her. Janet Waldo did some work for Scooby-Doo as well. She voiced Lisa in Vampire Bats and Scaredy Cats. And then Wilma, who voiced Wilma in the Flintstones. I think her name's Jean Vanderpyle. Probably getting that wrong. She does the voice of Rosie, the robot who's the maid. And she did some voice work on Scooby-Doo. She did, if you remember, Decoy for a Dognapper, she does the voice of the lady whose poodle gets snatched at the start. And What the Heck's Going On? She's the Swami client who walks in to get her fortune read. So yeah, you get a lot of Scooby-Doo voice actors doing some work. Dawes Butler voices Elroy in this. Elroy's George Jetson's son. And Mel Blanc, who did the voice of Bugs Bunny and Captain Caveman, does the voice of Mr. Spacely, George's boss. Anyway, yeah, that pretty much wraps up my review. I just love this series. If you've seen season 2 that came out in 1983, let me know if it's worth a watch, or anything else Jetson related that might be your favorite. Let me know if it's cool or not. I know there's a Jetsons Halloween episode out there that I'm probably going to check out because I like spooky things. And yeah, thank you for watching. My channel is still on hiatus. I'm enjoying my summer. We're getting close to July, and I've been working on the new Scooby-Doo movie episodes. As you know, I have some scrappy episodes coming out every Saturday. And I'm having a lot of fun just having a little more time, just editing the new Scooby-Doo movies because they are such long episodes, and taking my time with them, hoping to put out better reviews, hopefully, that will entertain you. And just thank you for your support, your views, your likes, shares, and comments. As you know, my comment section's open now, finally. My website's probably going to be up soon again. I got that all worked out. I was getting, threatened to be sued over that because I had Scooby-Doo images and ads on it and stuff, and they didn't like that, and it's all fixed now. So I'm working on a redesign of that, and yeah, that's all I got. So again, let me know if anything else Jetson related is worth watching. Let me know what you think of the Jetsons, if you liked it or not. And until next time, stay spooky.